This is an old VHS video I took of a fascinating brick farmhouse in western Bedford County, Pennsylvania. It is located near Palo Alto on the farm the parents of one of my aunts bought in 1937. It has fireplaces in the living areas for heat and fireplaces in the basement for heavy cooking activities. The video also shows old artifacts that used to be in the house. Please do not ask about those artifacts. They were removed from the house some 20 years ago, and most of them were taken to the auction and sold. The older women in the video are my aunt and her sister.
David has his garden over here. We'll have a whole room over here. Ooh, their garden's nice. And if you can, you really see how high the ceilings are up in the, even in the attic on the third floor. I don't know whether those paints are out in the fifth. No, they're not at the end. And then he burnt wood. Daddy burnt wood all the time, then listened to Johnny, and filled the chimney with pitch, and the smoke wouldn't go up, so they had to have a new chimney put up, and they just put it aside. The other one didn't tear it down. And
I can't really pick out those bricks except I can see the end of them. I need to move around. Oh, this way I can see them real good. No, I never noticed that on this house before.
Well, I lived here all those years, and I didn't notice it till...
Oh, with that spout there for spouting.
Ada Jean, I see why your bedroom walls were wet. Why? See what's happened? They don't have any... I don't know whether they know that, but that downspout's off, and it's worse than that clay. I'm going to have to tell Johnny. Surely he noticed that.
That's watching
it's worse than all the mud out between those bricks. This rotted out. What happened there? But they'll probably renew all this. See, they've got timber business, sawmill. That's how they made
I see, huh?
And they have the timber. We have it. So they, I said, people today, they don't want anything like that. But I said, and I really...
There used to be a big fireplace in there, right there.
And who'd you say this lamp was from, Dolores?
That's from my grandparents, Walter Wirtz's, over in Bedford Valley.
Mom.
And they gave it to Mom. Now, it could have been back from her grandparents. But they made it into an electric light, which cuts the value on the lamp. And I don't know who's going to take it, but I hate to let it go out of the family. We take a look at things out of all. These halls, of course this one didn't, but you'll see upstairs, this big wide hall, this wood went through the whole length of the house. And I don't know why they would waste. It seems to me it was wasted, but somebody else was telling me that was used for, like an air conditioning,
That's what I always heard, it was for ventilation.
Somebody was telling me that. No, the whole house will have to be painted before they can rent it and everything.
Now when?
She said they're going to put the deer, there was a bird came down through the seats covered with metal. To cover it shut so nothing would come out in the house.
Oh, a bird came out?
The bird came down to the chimney, and they heard it in there, and they had to open
Put
up
your hole in
there.
there, do there.
Huh.
But it looks to me like as if, I don't know, the plans, did they have, oh, the green, when we would tear the paper off at the other end, and the rooms at the other side, when we were there, whenever we would wallpaper, and put new wallpaper on, the green holes, they must have had it at some time or other. They figured that must have had it.
Did you ever
What
see
they call it,
any
grist mill?
caravan
Or
in?
something maybe in the house.
Uh-huh.
you
Because
ever see
all
any of
this
Uh-uh.
green holes, like
With
barley,
with
holes off of barley and wheat and stuff like that. With,
Maybe that's why the bird was coming in the chimney to get in one of those birdhouses.
they had old plaster that had like
I got it.
horsehair out of horses' tails to hold it together. And then that would all, it would crack. That would be like the plaster, what they would plaster.
hand it. We got
That-
it one.
that's called what?
An armoire, isn't it?
Blanket, what they call it? Is that, what do you call it?
I call it an armoire.
Now, here she is, the little washstand Mom had, with the oldest. And,
This looks like it's done with
then Grace Close was his daughter-in-law, or no, was that his wife? Oh, how did Daddy tell me? Anyway, my dad, that would have been my grandmother, Daddy's mother, and his grandmother. And
Upstairs hallway.
in the room where,
Big hallway.
first night I had the bedroom, she all the bed taken up. And I don't think it's there, because I want to see. See, she bought that this little spare room, but this is a room.
That's up to them.
Uh-huh.
I see your name.
It's a nice thing, they put, like, oil cloth, it was like shiny on one side, and the back side would be like cloth. And they would pass,
I'm not sure I was recording
they
this.
have, I hope you're not taken. This, you see what they used to put on the ceiling? I don't think Mom put, they put, this was on here when they moved here in
Yeah.
1937.
And we can't,
That's, it's like oilcloth.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
It looks like
It's cloth on the
like
back,
shelf paper.
but it's not paper. It's like, it's an old bedroom,
I can't explain.
but that's what they would, this was on here in 1937 when we moved here. And Mom would never take it off because they didn't know what was under it, and they was afraid to tear the ceiling down and we'd paper and everything. But see, it's really getting soiled.
Good Lord.
That's my dad, Eugene Schaefer's, baby picture whenever, when he was born in 1903.
They sure curled his hair up, didn't
Oh,
they?
he had a curl up on the top, and that's the way I would do with, you know, when she was little.
Uh-huh.
That's Eugene Stanley.
Yes, and, I don't know if there's anything
Better put my
else.
headlight on here.
Did you ever
Let me
see
get
one
this
here?
pressed wood
Hey.
chair.
Amy, look at this. This, Mom had, look at this old bead pocketbook. That's an antique, I'll tell you. Beads that they made that out of.
There used to be rings on the bottom, just as kids come off there.
It was just so old.
Yeah.
That's
That
something.
is old because it would have been, all the families that did that,
See the little heart cut out down here?
isn't that pretty? Just here.
Yeah.
And,
It needs some repairs, but,
well, see, some people, if you go to an auction when you bought the place,
uh-huh.
it was never taken out. And I don't even know what they are. This is our high chair that we. You need to get a big house, man, and be able to get the things that you want. Now. These were people from my side of the family, but ooh, they're good bad. But I don't know who they are.
I bet somebody give you a pretty picture for that old green box, over there too.
Where's the picture of Grandma and Grandpa? My grandparents, when they got married, where'd that fit to?
Say again who it is for the camera, Dolores?
This is Walter Wirtz, Walter and Effie Wirtz. And this is their wedding picture. This was my grandparents' wedding picture.
Well, that's a nice picture, yes.
See, that's a different frame. I don't know whether
Mhm.
I've ever seen one like that.
I wonder who this is over here.
I think it might be, it's one of my mom's relatives, but I don't know who. It's dirty. But look at the frame.
Yeah, that's really
Isn't
nice.
that pretty? They're yours. No.
Hey, someday I'll be able to sell this tape to your great-great-grandkids and make a bunch of money off of it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
With a thing on the lever that it would just, but that's the way Daddy would always keep that shut. And you couldn't get it open.
look at this big,
There used to be a big fireplace there.
yeah. Yeah, the
Do you think
fireplace
there was a
down.
fireplace down
Sure there
here?
was. It's
Yeah.
stoned in. You can see it.
Sure. There
But,
should
look,
be.
but why?
Probably.
Why did they have this big log? Or, I don't know, it was just a board? You can see
What's that hill up there?
That's one
Above
big
there.
log in here, Lanny,
Yeah.
because it comes back, you can see how far, wait, isn't that long? Just put the light on, just so you, there must be a did you have on? That must have been one big log, and that's the kind of a barn that we were up to see that house that had been moved, and they made it, it's a shame, that's one they don't open this thing today.
Yeah, I guess this is where the wet's coming from.
Yeah.
Coal
This is the
bin.
first room, where they had their furnace in.
Now, is that one a log across that fireplace?
Is it too? Yes, it is. Now why, how could you, well, look how deep that was.
Yeah. Yeah, that was quite the fireplace.
Well, they probably hung kettles in there to heat water to wash, do you think?
I imagine. The room you always ended up talking to people in.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
This is the end of the video. Thank you for watching. For other regional history information, see my website. The address is corns.org.